MOSFET is most widely used electronic device for digital system design. We have one symbol for MOSFET: drain, gate and source, which we generally use for making and drawing circuit diagram. In fact, when we have to calculate amplification factors, input and output impedances, bandwidth, then we need one equivalent circuit model of MOSFET. So in fact, this is a transition from symbolic diagram to circuitry of MOSFET, which is hidden inside it. This lecture is all about equivalent circuit models of MOSFET, and I'll explain large and small signal operation for MOSFET, and I am considering N-channel enhancement type MOSFET for the discussion. And referring to my previous lectures about output characteristics for MOSFET, this is ID versus VDS. ID is the drain current, VDS is the potential difference between drain and source. Looking at this diagram, one can say one thing: all lines are parallel to VDS, indicating the output resistance of the device, this R0, this way, is infinite. And second point, ID does not depend upon VDS. They are independent, and this is the expression for drain current, which entirely depends upon input voltage, that is the potential difference between gate and source. This expression does not include VDS, and the dependence of ID on VGS is shown in transfer characteristics for N MOSFET. This is threshold voltage, and this is a nonlinear representation between ID and VGS. By using these information, we can try to make one equivalent circuit, which I'll explain in detail. So this is that large signal equivalent circuit model of MOSFET. Let us take one by one point. Between gate and source, there is no resistance, because between gate and source, there is a silicon dioxide layer, infinite resistance, and this is input voltage. This is the input voltage, and this one is voltage controlled current source. That means in this saturation region where all lines are parallel to VDS, this MOSFET is working as an ideal current source whose value entirely depends upon the input voltage. So this is used as a current source. So this is voltage current source, and this is the expression for current, which entirely depends upon the input voltage VGS, and it does not depend upon the potential difference between drain and source. These are two output terminals, and this is drain current. This is the direction of drain current from drain to source for N MOSFET. So this is in fact large signal equivalent circuit model of MOSFET. This model entirely depends upon this expression, where this factor indicates this model is nonlinear in nature. But to ensure linear magnification, the Q point should be fixed by biasing such that this is, suppose, a DC load line. The Q point must be in between these 2 points here for linear amplification, and the amplitude of input signal should be such that the swing of input signal should be in the saturation region. This is the extent of swing of input signal, and this we have to fix by biasing only to ensure linear magnification or amplification. And this is all about large signal equivalent circuit model for MOSFET. So let us start a small signal operation for MOSFET. We understand MOSFET is a voltage control device. That is why we use DC voltages to bias MOSFET circuit. This is N MOSFET. VGS, VDD are biasing voltages. ID is the resulting current passing through the device from drain to source. In fact, VGS, VDD and ID are called initial quotient values. We can write initial quotient value for the drain current in terms of VGS. So this is the expression in DC condition, and this is the diagram for output characteristic This is the drain current and this is the potential difference across drain and source. For this output loop, considering Kirchhoff voltage law, we can write this equation, the applied voltage is equal to sum of distributed voltages. And rearranging the term, we get this equation. In fact, this is the equation of a straight line, and this is DC load line, and this is the equation for this DC load line, where Q is the quiescent point. We set biasing such a way that Q must fall within the saturation region for linear amplification. This is the maximum potential difference across the device, and this is the maximum current passing through the device. For amplification purpose, we superimpose signal part on DC part. So this is AC part, this is DC part, resulting is the instantaneous value. In this case, this is the resulting instantaneous value of potential difference across gate and source. And this part is DC part, and this part is AC part, and this resulting part is instantaneous value. Similarly, we can write for drain current and potential difference across drain to source. These component of drain current and potential difference are in response to signal part. If signal is 0, that means this part and this part would be 0. And this is the circuit showing where AC part is superimposed on DC part. They are connected in series, and this is the resulting instantaneous value of drain current and resulting potential difference across drain to source. For a small signal operation, we have to separate DC part from the AC part. So this is the circuit showing only AC component, where these two DC sources have been replaced by short circuits. We will be using this circuit for further analysis. Let us proceed to a small signal operation of MOSFET, and this is the expression for drain current in terms of VGS. On the last page, I explained that we superimpose AC or signal component on DC component. This term is replaced by these two terms, and after rearranging the terms, this is the extended expression for drain current. It has three components: first, second, and third. And the second and third components are in response to signal. Moreover, this third term is quadratic in nature, and to ensure linear amplification and to avoid non-linear component, signal should be very small. Or we impose one condition on this component, that this component should be far less than this component. And we are arriving at this condition where this sets the limit on the amplitude of signal. It should be far less than twice of the difference between VGS and VT. Now we can neglect this component and we can rewrite the expression for drain current in terms of two parts, this ID and this ID. This ID takes care of this component, and this is this component. And we can write the expression for ID. This is the expression for ID, and this entirely depends upon the signal. When signal is 0, this current reduces to 0. And this is the final form where the signal component of current entirely depends upon the signal. So this is the expression for the component of drain current in response to the input voltage. And on the basis of this equation, we can define the transconductance of MOSFET as the ratio of output current to the input voltage at a fixed Q point. And this is the transfer characteristic for MOSFET, and this is instantaneous value of drain current and instantaneous value of potential difference across gate and source. This ID and this VGS, these are initial quotient value for Q point, and these two values will decide the position of Q point on transfer characteristic. And this is signal which is superimposed on VGS at this point, and Q point is chosen in the midway of transfer characteristic, assuming that there is a linearity around this point. But see, in this diagram, there is a lack of symmetry in the waveform of amplified drain current. This part is bigger than this part. To minimize this type of distortion in amplification due to non-linearity of transfer characteristics, we rely upon the piecewise linearity of the transfer characteristics to fix the position of operating point and to keep the amplitude of input signal very small. And this is the slope. By using this slope, we can define also transconductance. Transconductance is the ratio of drain current to the potential difference across gate and source. So this value is the slope of this transfer characteristics. This also gives the value of transconductance of MOSFET. This is the expression relating drain current with input gate voltage. And we see there is a linear relationship between drain current and input gate voltage. Using this information and considering ideal case of output characteristics for MOSFET, there are 2 points to be noted. The very first point is in saturation region where VDS is more than VGS minus VT, ID VDS curves are parallel to VDS. That indicates the slope is 0. And slope 0 means the output resistance of the device is infinite. A second point, in saturation region, the MOSFET is working as an ideal current source. So this is a small signal equivalent circuit model for MOSFET. Between gate and source, there is infinite resistance because of silicon dioxide layer. So this is open space indicating infinite resistance. And between drain and source, there is a current source. This ID is equal to GM VGS. So this is the expression for ideal current source having infinite resistance in parallel. There is no resistance. There is an open circuit over here. In fact, this is called VCVS. This is voltage controlled current source. The value of this current source entirely depends upon input gate voltage. This does not depend upon potential difference across drain and source. Now considering channel length modulation in real practice, we see there is a slope in ID VDS characteristics in saturation region. That indicates output resistance of the device is not infinite, it is finite. So we can incorporate this resistance in the existing model by putting one resistance over here in parallel with the current source. This is R0. So this circuit will be called augmented a small signal equivalent circuit model of MOSFET. So these are two conditions, and only using this condition we get basic small signal equivalent circuit model for MOSFET, and by inclusion of channel length modulation we get augmented a small signal equivalent circuit model for MOSFET, where there is one resistance incorporated in the existing circuit model in parallel with current source. Let us have two different variations of a small signal equivalent circuit for MOSFET, and in this equivalent circuit, this is a current source and this is the output resistance of the device connected in parallel. We can convert this current source into voltage source, and this is the voltage source equivalent of this current source. Now this output resistance is in series with the voltage source, and this structure is called Norton's equivalent and this structure is called Thevenin's equivalent. In both the cases, this is called voltage controlled current source and this is voltage controlled voltage source. The output voltage across drain to source in both the cases remains same. This is the expression for this circuit and this is the expression for this circuit. They are equal, just a change of order only. And this quantity, this term is known as open circuit voltage gain for both the circuits, and this is for MOSFET. These are the expression for drain current and transconductance, and when we substitute the value of this factor from this equation, we get one more expression for transconductance in terms of aspect ratio and drain current. Also, we can divide equation 2 by equation 1. We get another expression for transconductance. In this way, we have three design parameters to select from. The very first one is aspect ratio, the second is VGS minus VT, third one is ID. For designing problem and for designing any digital circuit containing MOSFET, anyone can start selecting out of these three any two. For example, this and this can be taken on the first hand and this aspect ratio can be calculated. After that, the value of transconductance can be calculated easily. It is necessary to consider body effect on a small signal equivalent circuit. And this is the symbol for MOSFET and this is body or substrate. In case when body and source terminals are interconnected, then body effect has no role and we don't need to modify or change existing small signal equivalent circuit. But in silicon on insulated technology, when so many MOS devices are fabricated on the same substrate, then common substrate is connected to most negative power supply in case of NMOS and it is connected to most positive power supply in case of PMOS. Then a potential difference VBS is created between body and source terminal. And this potential difference is responsible for the extra factor in drain current. So this component of drain current is because of body effect. In this way, we can calculate transconductance of the device for body effect. Now, we can incorporate body effect in existing a small signal equivalent circuit by inserting one current source. This is because of body effect. And also including the input voltage between B and S. This potential difference is here and this potential difference is here. So this is a comprehensive model incorporating body effect for MOSFET.